3dCart online store for absolute newbies. This 3dCart online store tutorial can help you if you like to learn how to sell online and grow your e-commerce business over time. Whether you are a rookie or experienced seller, you will find a 3dCart e-commerce guide relevant to your business, including building an online store, crafting an SEO strategy, driving traffic to your site, and scaling your 3dCart online business. 3dCart Online Store Builder is one of the top e-commerce builders according to recent research. So watch this video to find out how it can help your business grow at a pace that is comfortable for you. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. How are you doing today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. And if you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. Today, I want to give you a 3dCart online store builder tutorial. And this is for absolute newbies, but also experienced sellers can find it very interesting. Starting an online store, everybody dreams of success. And running a business, an online business can be a big part of that, right? So if you're doing something you're passionate about, you can feel like, oh, I've succeeded at life in general. So selling online is especially appealing because it can offer you a balance between life and business. And everybody thinks about passive income these days. So an e-commerce business can be a great part of the passive income strategy, your passive income strategy. The thing is, you got to do some work at first. You have to set it up, you have to strategize, you have to do everything from the get-go so that 3 months from now, 6 months from now, the store itself generates money over and over and over. And this is what I'm going to talk about in this show. This business owners who already sell on the internet, such as at a brick and mortar location, craft and trade shows, or other venues, also benefit from opening an e-commerce store. This can be said for retailers who sell their products on existing marketplaces like Amazon, Etsy, eBay. So building your online store, especially with 3D, helps you expand your reach, get more customers, and define how unique your brand is. If you have your own site, think about it. It gives you total freedom in choosing the design or theme that puts your brand in a distinctive light. In other words, your 3dCart online store becomes your central identity in the online world. So you got to think about choosing your products and finding your niche. So if you want to build an online store, maybe you don't know what you want to sell right now. So it's important to first understand that you got to have a vision. So you have to consider your interest. Where do your passions lie? You'll do better in business if you have a genuine interest in your products, as you're likely to have extensive knowledge in that area. So don't try to pick something you're not comfortable with or you don't know about. Do you create your products yourself? You need to think about that. So if you're selling crafts at a local shows or on online marketplaces like Etsy or Amazon, that's pretty cool. But you have to think about how you create your products, whether you do it yourself or you go through drop shipping, for example. You have to understand some restrictions in selling products. Are there products that are restricted? You got to be very careful about that, because when I'm talking about restrictions, I'm not just talking about things like alcohol or children's products that may be a little regulated. You have to think about the kind of products you're selling to in terms of size, in terms of logistics. So, for instance, extremely large and heavy products are going to be a nightmare to ship. And the same can be said for very delicate items. So you need to take cost of shipping, cost of materials, cost of warehousing, and more into account. So if you're still trying to choose product to sell, stay away from anything that will cause you this kind of problems, at least for now. Even if you go with drop shipping, you might still have some problems logistically if your items are too heavy, for instance. So before I get into the 3dCart online store builder guide, this is important to understand that on 3dCart, the best way to succeed on the platform is to find a few things that top sellers have been doing. Market research. So find out what really works. So you have, for instance, fashion items or winter clothing, supplies for mountaineering or another sport with a defined season, for example, summer outdoor toys, home gardening, home decor, this kind of thing. So you need to come up with more examples of products that sell the most due to a regional or seasonal popularity. Also, learn from competitors. Your competitors are naturally going to compete with you, right? But they also can provide you with great information. So it's kind of cool to research your competitors so you know your own target audience and your own potential bestsellers. You can do this research on Wix. You can find out more about this on Wix, on Amazon, on Shopify, on 3dCart. All those big online store platforms can help you. You want to narrow down your niche. You don't have to try to make a name for yourself as the best kitchen appliance store in the world, for example. Why not narrow your focus, in this case, toward becoming the best known retailer of, say, blenders? So narrowing your focus like this makes it a lot easier to establish yourself as an authority in your chosen field and can help a lot with branding. You also want to think about budgeting. So you want to create a budget so you have an idea of the cost of products or materials, the cost of website hosting, e-commerce, software, security, the cost of office tools and software, marketing, advertising, shipping material, and also employee wages. That's kind of important. And I'm just telling you the basics before we even get into the nitty-gritty here. It's very important. And you also want to think about professional photography, custom graphics, and web design development. 3dCart allows you to have all of this. It allows you to have a professional looking website filled with custom graphics and web design development. You have photography that is great. They have gazillions of photos, gazillions of high resolutions photos and videos on the market, on the platform rather. Whether you choose the premium plan or the free plan, you still have to you have access to all this great elements. And speaking about budget, please don't forget employee wages. If you set up your 3dCart online store and you are going to have a team, you need to think about employee wages. So what I'm trying to say overall is that some expenses are going to be infrequent or even one-time expenses, but be sure to include them in your list as well. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi, and we're still having a conversation around 3D online store and how to make money on the internet. I was just talking to you about choosing a product and niche. Now let's talk about domain hosting and platform on 3dCart. So creating really an online store, once you've laid out your budget and made the important decisions regarding what you're going to sell and to whom, it's time to take some more tangible steps, or at least as tangible as a website can be. So creating a 3dCart online store is a multiple step process, folks, but it's kind of easy to do it once you understand what's involved. So in this video, I'm going to break it down for you. So choosing a domain name. So you got to have a domain name. This is the web address that customers will tap into the bar of the borrower. So this is also called a URL. So a domain name should be carefully chosen to be easy to remember and brandable for your business. Remember that a good domain name is kind of short, attention grabbing, easy to lay out, easy to say out loud, and relevant to your business. Avoid splitting up words with hyphens and make sure your meaning remains clear, even when all the component words are pressed together into one word. It's kind of good for your domain name to include a keyword, but don't stuff the domain name with keywords. Don't use too many. Web hosting. This is where 3dCart is kind of cool because all website needs web hosting, which is essentially where your website is housed on the internet. Web host provides storage space for the file that make up your website and allow your site to be accessed by visitors. So by choosing the right e-commerce platform, you're able to you're able to bypass all the stress and all the efforts that you have to put into web hosting and finding another web host. You're able to have an all-in-one solution. So 3dCart, for example, does not tell you to install the software yourself onto a host. No, everything comes into the platform. So you can and this is why it's called a hosted platform. And then this will save you a lot of time, because the developers of the software, the online software, if you were to go that route, for instance, they will maintain and update it for you. But if you install into your own hosting, you'll be responsible, for instance, for performing these updates yourself. How do you choose an e-commerce platform? We're talking about 3dCart, but it's kind of important to think about an important element here and why you want to go with 3dCart. 3dCart is an exclusive hosted e-commerce platform. And this is really a solid choice for any online business. I mean, whether you're starting now or you are growing, you're scaling, this is a great platform. And I'm going to tell you why. 3dCart is a great e-commerce platform because you have all the needed features, whether you want like photos, videos, apps, APIs, plugins. It has it all. It has hundreds of features right out the box. It is expandable. So to complement 3dCart's rich feature set, you can expand your store with apps and integrations that add extra features. It's very easy to store. It's very easy to design your store. They have gazillions of customizable themes. Many of them are free, and they are designed to sell. They are professionally designed. You have consistent pricing, so you have a simple selection of monthly to annual plans, and they don't bump you with the higher price tiers without warning. So you have an idea of what you're paying for. You also have the platform, and the great thing is the platform is scalable. So it is ideal for any size business with any number of products. There are no hidden or extra fees. And what I like the most is the fact that they have an SEO and marketing strategy included in the platform. So among 3dCart's features are built-in tools, for instance, for ranking high on search engine results and reaching out to customers. And here I'm talking about customers new and recurring. So you always have an idea of who you're reaching out to. So it's kind of cool to kind of have everything embedded in once. And the reason why you have that is because choosing an e-commerce platform is an important decision, because some are better for businesses that want to keep things relatively small while others support fast growth. And the great thing is 3dCart actually sort of combines those two. The duality, it focuses on two niches. So businesses that want to keep things relatively small, and those who want to grow fast. This is what I was telling you about expandability. So the platform is expandable. So if you need expansion through, let's say, third-party apps or plugins, that's kind of cool. You can go with 3dCart. If you want to sell globally, you want to sell to the whole world, 3dCart can help you as well. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Now let's talk about, after speaking about choosing, after starting your 3dCart store, let's talk about setting up shipping and payments. So how to set up shipping and payment. On 3dCart, shipping is kind of cool because the shipping features are kind of cool because the system gives you an array of options. So you can think about the shipping carriers to offer. So you can choose between, if you're in the United States, for instance, your main three options are USPS, FedEx, and UPS. And they give you the capability of creating your shipping labels on the internet. And this is a huge time saver if your 3dCart e-commerce platform will be the main platform where you sell globally. You also want to make sure that you're able to have an e-commerce platform that integrates with shipping carriers so you can display real-time shipping information to your customers so they are never surprised during checkout by unexpected costs. So whether you decide to offer shipping by multiple carriers or stick with one, there are advantages to both. It's all about your business. You got to think what works for you. So using only one carrier does streamline your shipping process somewhat because it keeps it more consistent. But if you offer a choice of shipping carriers, this means you can give your customers more options, including the types of express delivery, for instance, or if you want slower, no rush methods for customers willing to wait to get their items as long as they can save some cash on the shipping. So you kind of have to know your target base and know your customers. One thing that's important though, before you choose carriers on while doing your 3D online store, while setting it up, you want to consider what type of shipping you want to offer. So just stay within the bounds of what's possible for you folks. Don't try to run faster than you can at the moment. So for instance, if you are working solo and you suddenly get a rush of orders, you want to make sure that you have not promised 1 day shipping no matter what. What I'm trying to say is if you put promises out there, you have to keep them. So don't put something you can't really keep. Don't keep a promise. Don't make a promise you can't keep. What about setting up payment processors? On 3dCart, you can set up, you have credit cards and other payment methods, right? So this is something you got to think about. With 3dCart, you have a choice. You're able to set up payment processors very easily because the system has a lot of integrated plugins. So accepting credit cards is absolutely important if you have e-commerce market because credit cards still reign supreme as, you guessed it, the most common payment method while people are shopping on the internet. So with e-commerce, your the payment gateway that processes credit card payments such as Authorize.net is integrated into 3dCart. So it only takes 2 steps to get set up to accept credit card on EDCard. So you just have to sign up for an Authorize.net account and then activate it in your 3dCart stores dashboard. So within minutes, you'll be ready to take payments from all major credit cards. And I'm talking here about American Express, Discover, MasterCard, and Visa. And there are other payment methods. For instance, PayPal, Visa Checkout, Apple Pay, Amazon Pay, and more. So you can set up any of this in your 3dCart online store. Don't forget to set up taxes. This is important too. You cannot neglect taxes unless you want to deal with some severe penalties. So luckily, and this is something that a lot of users have said, it is pretty easy to set them up correctly, provided your e-commerce software such as 3dCart gives you a quick way to do so. So 3dCart does include a quick tax setup. And what it does is it takes your location and the locations of your customers into account. So you can also have, if you want, you can also have integrations with third-party tax software like Avalara or QuickBooks, for instance. The bottom line is with the 3D e-commerce site, you have everything covered. You from your shipping, from your payment processors to your taxes. Let's talk now about how to. So we talked about, folks. We talked about choosing a product and niche in 3dCart, domain hosting and platform, set up shipping and payment. Now let's talk about designing your theme on 3dCart. How do you design your theme on 3dCart? So once the framework, and this is how it works. Once the framework of your online store is in place on 3dCart, it's time to start defining your online store design. And with 3dCart, it's kind of easy. There are several things you need to do. So first, before you go into 3dCart.com to start the process, you want to plan your store on paper. So think about the important categories, the look and feel, the colors, think about pages like About Us, pages to explain your return, shipping, and privacy policies. your contact information, an FAQ, and you want to have a sitemap which lists them all out. It's important because it helps you understand how many pages you will need to create and how much content you will need to make them effective. The great thing is that if you need ideas, you can go on 3dCart, and they have templates, they have success stories when it comes to website, so you can have an idea of what has worked in the past or what is working now. The thing here is that you want to put yourself in your customer's shoes. So you want to imagine if you were a customer and you were going through a website such as yours, what would you need? You want to picture the order in which you'd visit your site's pages and the number of pages you'd go through during different scenarios. So if you want to learn about a category of products, would you first visit the home page, then the category page, or the other way around? So putting yourself in your customer's shoes allows you to understand how your customers will navigate through your website in order to find what they're looking for. So it's important. So when you do that, you may realize, for example, that a certain page is needed, like a page about one of your prominent manufacturers. You might also reach the conclusion that a certain page is unnecessary because you can't find a scenario in which a customer will visit it. Choose a theme. Very important. So choose a theme that fits with your websites, that fits with your brand, that fits with everything you want to put out there. Before you use a particular theme or template, though, ensure it is responsive. And the great thing is that with 3dCart, all themes and templates are responsive. They come with the platform. Now, what do I mean by responsive? It means that the theme or template must be compatible with mobile devices, so you have an advantage in SEO, and you can do this also helps you raise your conversion. So the design you choose at the end should reflect your industry. Some themes are more tailored to certain niches, like baby supplies, music equipment, or automotive parts. Other themes are more generic and easier to customize to a particular industry. Don't forget also, this is an important thing, while you're choosing the theme, make sure that you add your logo, you're able to change certain graphics and choosing colors so that your 3dCart online store feels like more unique. Again, they have templates on the platform. You can choose what works for you. I also want to talk about building your category structure. So when you're setting up your 3D online cart, the 3dCart online store rather, you want to think about something called category structure. So you want to keep in mind it should only take a customer 3 clicks to find the products they are interested in. So any longer and you can lose a customer's interest. So you build your categories around how your customers will maybe categorize your products in their own minds. And if you know your industry very well, your target audience very well, you can figure out quickly the categories, the 3 steps they're going through. So subcategories are also extremely helpful for organization purposes. But again, remember the 3-click rule and don't go overboard. With 3dCart, you can actually customize your categories. You can choose, you can delete, you can have subcategories also. And make sure that your categories, though, remain consistent and not need to change. So only create them with permanence in mind. Adding your products. You need to add your products on 3dCart. So the great thing about 3dCart is you can bulk add your products by uploading a correctly formatted CSV file, or you can import your products from an existing inventory such as your eBay accounts or a dropshipper. So either way, you may want to add a few products by hand at first so you become more familiar with the 3dCart interface and with the data you will need to provide for your product pages. You have to understand that the product information will include things like title, that's logical, description, price, and cost. You also need to add category and a unique product identifier like an SKU or a part number. So you can also add weight, dimensions, manufacturer, and industry-specific product identifiers like an ISBN for books. Note though that it's critical to include accurate product images to help customers understand exactly what they're getting. So For many products, high resolution images showcasing the product from multiple angles will make a big difference in the number of sales and the frequency of returns. So if a product comes in multiple colors, make sure you include a photo of each variant. The great thing is that e-commerce platforms such as 3dCart allow you to choose the variants that you need, allow you to have to offer the customers a great catalog of variants in terms of colors. Let's talk now about launching. So I've been talking to you about, so we talked about choosing a product niche, domain hosting and platform, setting up shipping and payments, designing your theme. Let's talk about launching your 3D online store. So if you've gone through the process of creating and designing your 3dCart online store, your products are all uploaded and everything is set up. So you're ready to launch. Let me just give you a quick procedure, a quickie, so you understand that, making sure that everything is fine. First thing you need to do is double check everything. So before you make your online store public, just go through the store page by page and look closely for any errors. So make sure all your links work and ensure that they all go to the correct destinations. You don't want to have a broken link. You don't want to have a 404 page error. So check all your informational pages. You want to look for completeness, accuracy, no typo, grammatical accuracy, especially anything that may have changed since you began the process of creating your online store. After you do that, you want to visit your product pages and ensure that all of the information there, I'm talking images, videos, and they're free of error. So if you notice any areas in need of improvement, take care of them before launch. It's kind of important, folks, because first impressions are everything, especially when it comes to online selling. So you want to watch out for incorrect pricing, inventory counts, categorization, and anything else that could cause problems for you and your customers. You need to, at this point, to also think about something. You want to run tests. So you want to test your stores from the point of view of a new customer. So you can do A/B testing. So you want to navigate with your 3dCart store. You can navigate to various pages, and if you're looking for specific information, and you want to understand how the customers will think if he or she were you. So you want to place a few test orders using different payment methods. So at this point, you're trying to test your site. You may also want to have fresh eyes in your store. So you can consider asking friends, family, or business consultants to take a look at your 3dCart store and go through the checkout process. So if all your pages, for instance, are accurate and everything works, then you're ready to open your online store to the public. And again, with 3dCart's online store builder, you can do this in one simple step. So now we're talking about going live. So going live, all it takes to set your online stores live is a quick change of your domain name's DNS. So the DNS settings, DNS stands for domain name system. So once you change the settings in 3dCart, this will connect your online store with your domain name so that visitors who type in your URL will be brought to the website that you have set up. So, and this is a very easy step in 3dCart, because the system has in place a list of procedures, and the 3dCart will do this step for you as long as you inform them that you're ready for your store to go live. So once this DNS changes have been made, it can take up to 24, maximum 48 hours for your changes to propagate, as the jargon goes. So to spread over the internet, that is. So you want to be patient if you cannot visit your website at your domain name right away, or if a friend in a different location can't access it yet. So talking also about, so when it comes to starting your own and launching the store, the 3dCart stores, you want to think about, you want to do a funnel check. So once your store is live, you want to check for errors again, just in case. And 3dCart has a checklist embedded onto the platform that allows you to go through checklists in terms of finalizing text, checking links, making sure there's no errors, running tests, and looking at the DNS change. So the act of changing your DNS settings isn't going to alter your pages in any way, but if you've created any internal links in your 3D card or website that include your temporary pre-launch domain name, those links will be broken now. This is one of the reasons why you should always use relative links when linking to other pages within your website. So if everything is working how it should, congratulations, you are the owner of a live online store. But the idea here is to continue to set up your store, to continue to constantly look for things to improve. This is the time when you have to start thinking short term. What should you do in the next 3 months? What should you do in the next 6 months? And the great thing is that 3dCart has for you. If you log into the platform, the system, it gives you all the solutions you need, all the ideas, the suggestions you need. They even have a great resource database on the website that allows you to think about the next steps, what you need to do in terms of marketability, what you need to do in terms of search engine optimization, what you need to do in terms of social media marketing, integration with other online stores such as Shopify or eBay or Amazon. It also helps you to think about things like drop shipping. Do you want to sell the product yourself? Or do you want to manufacture or store anything yourself, or you want to outsource the production, the storing, the shipping, all that kind of stuff to a manufacturer? And this is what people call drop shipping. So you got to think about those elements now that your store is live. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of 3dCart. We're also having a conversation here around a 3dCart online store builder for newbies and experienced sellers alike. If you love this kind of content so far, please consider subscribing to our channel and turn on the notification bell so we can send you good stuff whenever we release new shows. And we release this kind of shows every single day, rain or shine. Now let's talk about marketing your business, marketing the 3dCart online store. Even though you have successfully created, designed, and launched your 3dCart online store, your work is far from over, folks. Because now you must really focus on marketing, which will have a huge effect on the overall success of your business if you think about it. So marketing is really an ongoing process that takes a lot of time, but it is a necessary part of your growing your business. So thankfully, your marketing efforts can be made a lot easier by features included within your e-commerce software. So if you go with 3dCart, you have a full suite of marketing tools, and the platform also works with e-commerce marketing agencies, which enables you to automate a significant amount of the process. Now let's talk about SEO. So you got to think about a few things. You got to think about SEO, search engine optimization, and your online store won't go anywhere without SEO. So the majority of online purchases today, they begin with a search on Google, Bing, or other search engines for particular products. So you want to make sure that your products are displayed up. They're displayed prominently on something called SERPs, so search engine results pages. So you want to think about, how do you do this? How do you optimize that? You have to think about 5 things. So you have to think about the keywords, think about your content, your meta tags. You have to also think about the XML sitemap. This is something called XML sitemap. And finally, you got to think about incoming links. Now, incoming links are so important, folks. They are very important because it allows to give authority to your website. It tells Google, Bing, and other platforms out there that you have authority in your industry. So it is very important to think about that. Besides SEO, you also have to think about paid advertising. So great SEO may still not be enough to get you to the top first search result page. So you can pay for advertising, so your site will still appear to visitors. So you can sign up for a search engine such as Google AdWords or Bing Ads, and you can run ads from there. Also, you want to think about email marketing. So email marketing is kind of cool because Everything from newsletters to autoresponders to abandoned cart emails. This is the kind of communication that will grow your store in the long run. So you're able to not only retain customers, draw customers to your store, but also retain them. So you're trying to minimize the number of abandoned carts in your store. Another thing you want to think about when it comes to marketing your business and after you've set your 3dCart online store is to think about affiliate marketing. So you can have an affiliate program. So with an affiliate program, your customers and other visitors can sign up with you to promote your products in exchange for a commission on any sales they make. So 3dCart, for example, has a built-in affiliate program that allows you to set this up, automate, and monitor this feature if you want to use it, because this is a great way to expand your sales staff and spread the word about your products. Also, you want to think about social media and social commerce. This is a great way. So you have your business should have a Facebook page, folks. And ideally, you should export your products directly into a connected Facebook store. And 3dCart has that. 3dCart has this sort of capability. So always make sure you create useful, interactive posts and informative content that your customers are happy about. You might also want to consider blogging. So a store blog can serve quite a few marketing purposes really, because it can educate about your products. It could contain unique, useful content, and all of this can help your SEO, folks. You can even provide news about your industry. The thing here is that you're trying to show your customers that your company, your online store, has a voice that is open to communication. So your readers will understand what makes your business special and what makes you an expert in your field. You can even include photos and videos. You can embed them in your blog. What about, you can also have another way to market your business pretty well is to use a daily and group deals. So daily and group deals are kind of cool, and it's a great features on 3dCart because you are able to create a sense of urgency and excitement among your customers. So people will want to jump on deals when they have the opportunity. I mean, especially if they see a countdown timer in front of them. So group deals are kind of similar to daily deals because they have a time limit, but they also have the additional requirement that a certain purchase goal must be met in order to activate the deal for all customers. So people who are interested in your group deal will share with their friends, hoping to get them on board so they can receive the discount. So this is great because it serves not only as social proof, but as a form of viral marketing that will help your online store in the long run. All right, folks, thank you so much for today's conversation. Remember though that building and maintaining an online store, either through 3dCart or Wix or Shopify or other platform out there, it's a never-ending process. But the great thing is you have the tools you need to handle it, and the reward is prosperity and success, especially if you set it up right on 3dCart. All right, folks, thank you. I will see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.